Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope this energy finds you well. It's burning a little bit of Palo Santo. It's cleansing the space a little bit before I begin here. All right, so how's everyone doing? Happy full super blood wolf moon eclipse version, lunar eclipse version. No big deal. Yeah, today's the 20th. So, that big lunar event that we're having is really real. It's amazing. I'm feeling it. It's feeling like great vibes. It's loving. It's warm. It's high vibrational fire sign. It's loving, caring. Like if you feel the high vibes way, it is warmer than a hug. Let me tell you. But if you're on the lower end side, then you are fiery, feisty, and confrontational. Let me tell you. I felt that a couple of days ago, and that, my friends, was not pleasant. So, before I get into the astrological, drift thing, I guess I do. Firstly, I would like to thank all of you for watching, and welcome back to, my regulars, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. And I hope this resonates with you. And if it does, like and subscribe. Yeah. Alright. So, dun dun dun! Dun! Alright, so you're probably all wondering, if not, I'm sure you probably Googled it and YouTubed it by now, but the super full blood wolf moon lunar eclipse version is quite something, because it has, firstly, all these astrological events happening at the same time. Mind you, all the planets are direct, so we're getting full force, full on, unadulterated, pure energy from everything right now. And then on top of that, now the sun is aligning with the earth that is blocking out the moon. Why is this relevant? It's literally everything is aligning. Everything is in tune. Mind you, this full moon is in Leo, right? So full moon in Leo, just in general, is usually something fiery, something passionate, something like you're calling adventure. You're calling something passionate, loving towards you with the full moon energy, which you're releasing everything that is negative to now start something new. When it's a lunar eclipse, it also has a 6-month effect. So in this time, it is now time to release all of our baggage, if you will, and actually bring in that new adventure, that new next step. So during this Capricorn season, what we were in basically being coerced to do is to analyze our work life and do all of like the nitty-gritty work that and find, basically all of the little details that we had to do in order to prepare ourselves for this 6-month season that we're going into with love basically in Leo. So the moon is in Leo. The sun is Leo's sign, essentially Leo's planet, if you will, sorry. It's really major that they're coming together, because the sun is more of a masculine, divine masculine energy, whereas the moon is more of a divine feminine energy. And the fact that they are in line with the earth means that we are becoming our best selves now, but in all of the relationships and all of the places that we desire, all the things that are most important to us. Now is a time that we can actually foster that, and foster that growth, foster that creativity, and foster that love that we have for whatever field it is, whether it is actually love, right? Or whether it is within our work, or whether it is within our passion. It is literally us becoming fire right now, if you will. And essentially, it's also a wolf blood moon. That is just January's thing. So a lot of farmers, way back when, I believe they were farmers, they would call different moons different things, generally for, figuring out the seasons and figuring out when they can harvest their crops. Well, now it's the wolf moon. This is kind of like the coldest yet. Now it's going to be the most fieriest time. It's usually like a pack animal, so it's really, we're going to be dependent on other people. And if you're a lone wolf too, you obviously have to depend on yourself. But I feel if it's more of an energy that you need a community in order to foster and make this happen too. So you have to come out of your shell and actually ask for help from other people. And mind you, this is all in the sign of fire, the sign of fun, the sign of leadership, the sign of let's make this happen now, All right. So this is basically the type of energy that we're going to have for January 20th and 21st. That is literally the moon that's going to happen, depending on where you are located in the world. In the East Coast, I believe in the U.S., it's going to be at 12:12 a.m., I believe. And then later on in the day in Europe. But mind you, time is an illusion and energy is fluid. So you've been feeling this energy for a week now. You could not feel it at all and feel it in a week from now or a month from now, right? It depends on where you are energetically. All right. So on Monday, January 21st, we still have this energy of moon in Leo, right? With also somewhat of the eclipse during that time as well. Essentially, the moon trines Mars, which is more fire energy, right? Obviously, that is the ruler. Also, Venus, which is obviously divine feminine energy, again, is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius being that playful, fun-loving sign as well. And Mars is in Aries, essentially, right? So that's like that fire sign that gets it popping, always moving. Acts before they actually think. They get some information, they do it. Then they're like, oh snap, it was wrong. Let me do another thing now. How do I fix it? Let me do that. Right? So that's the type of energy that's in the air. And since Venus and Mars are both in fire signs, and we are in somewhat of a fire season, love is in the air, essentially. Something that makes your heart goes on fire, right? So that literally is passion in the air. Love is in the air. So you need to focus on your life, your purpose, essentially, or else a tower moment will hit you, because all this fiery energy, if you are not going with it, it's going to cause a tower moment in your life. And then the universe is going to be like, blammo, you should have just gotten with the flow, with the fire, and now you gotta burn because you didn't, right? So that is literally on Monday. As a water sign and / earth sign, yeah, I've been feeling it. This is really hard to keep up with. Fire energy. I literally, some moments, I'm like, this is what fire signs feel like all the time. I'm like, this is a lot. This is a lot of energy. Like, I'm tired. Like, how? Just like, I want to relax. I want to just flow. I just want to be fire. I just want water. I just want to be. I've been thirsty. Let me tell you, I've been so thirsty. Like, let me take a second right now, actually. I've been so thirsty during this fire season. I'm just guzzling down water. I'm like, where's the water? I took 2 bubble baths. I was like, I need to get back to water. It's too much fire. It's just too much fire. Sorry. Not to say that there's anything wrong with fire. I love fire too. I love my Queen of Wands moments. Do not get me wrong. But it's just, it's a lot. It's just a lot of energy. I always wonder why fire signs just always like are in your face like la da da da. I was like, dang, chill. Typical water sign telling a fire sign to chill, right? But now I know where it comes from. It comes from the gut. From the solar plexus, from the sacral chakras. It's just like, dang. Okay, sorry. Getting back to our thing. Tuesday, the 22nd of January, Venus is still in Sagittarius, and it conjuncts Jupiter in Sagittarius also. So the planet of luck is in the planet of love, and they are together, just loving on each other there, right? The Leo moon basically is harmonious with Jupiter, which obviously is our planet of love, right? But it also is harmonious with Uranus, which is our most unpredictable planet. Usually, Uranus is kind of like your random wild card. You never know what you're going to get when Uranus gets in the picture. You can have a chaos or you could have fun. It's really kind of like one of those energies that's like almost like the Fool energy in a way, but a little bit wilder than that. So that unpredictability is in Aries, which Aries obviously is your fire starter right there. So it's a time literally to be unconventional. It's a time to follow your own flow, your own path, to make it really happen, to analyze all the situations and say, you know what, this is really great, but my way is better, and I'm just going to do that because I said so. And I'm following my gut and my heart. So bye. Bye, Felicia. I'm just I'm so tired. I'm actually doing this pretty late. Hold on. Is it the blood moon time already over here? Hold on. I was trying to see that. I can't get out of the camera mode right now. But yeah, internal clock says it's around 11-ish. Like 11:30-ish. Really around 11:20 something p.m. over here. Let me tell you, I've become more of a grandma every single day. Hashtag teacher struggle. So sorry, Tuesday is the day that you want to pursue things that you love and actually pursue healthy selfishness. So it is that day where you can actually be selfish in a healthy way. Obviously, don't be selfish in a way that you're taking away from others, but you can be selfish in a way that actually helps you. So if you're motivated to get what you need, then you can go and do that. It's a safe day to say, hold on. You need that. But I need to help myself first right now, because as always, my line is, you can't give from an empty cup. You just can't. You just can't. If you keep giving out your water to every Joe Schmo coming up with a cup, right? And you're just pouring your cup out, not receiving a thing, and then you're running dry, who's gonna fill your cup up? Who's filling up your cup? Not Joe Schmo. Not John, James, and Matthew over there. Not Sammy, Samantha, Francis, not Myrtle, whatever her name is. They're not filling up your cup. You have to fill up your cup. And Tuesday that day to do it. Best day to do it. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Yo, this Leo energy though. This is what Leos feel like. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Wednesday. And on Wednesday, yo, is this what fire signs feel like all the time? Put a comment in below if you're like a fire sign, because I really feel like fun, loving, and just like goofy a little bit. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so on Wednesday, January 2nd, the moon is in Virgo, which is an earth sign, so we all come back to earth on Wednesday, if you will. And essentially what we're going to do is that we're going to try to understand our feelings, trying to understand our emotions, trying to understand the repercussions of the actions that we took on Monday and Tuesday. It's kind of like a day to check in on yourself again and say, what did I just do? Did I just ruin my life? Hopefully it's not like that. But essentially Wednesday is that day that you do want to kind of check in on yourself, like saying like, did I just, I don't know, futz everything up? So Wednesday, that day that you're just like trying to figure out your life again. You had your fun on Monday and Tuesday. You figure your life intentions, what you wanted to do, essentially. You figured out what your purpose was, what your goals are. But now is the time to act kind of more responsible on Wednesday. And mind you, the moon squares Jupiter, which is obviously your planet of luck, and it opposes Neptune, which is like big old daddy right there, Zeus, in Pisces. So, Zeus in Pisces, that's his home daddy planet. So, basically, we're all kind of in our moats, right? So we're trying to really figure out our emotions. It somewhat can stop us, but the way that we kind of like get over it is that we have to be a little bit more realistic and analyze our emotions and how it actually has an effect on us. And this also trines Saturn in Capricorn. And mind you, that is actually harmonious too, because Saturn is more methodical and so is Capricorn. So literally it's just getting yourself back on track, if you will. It's course correction. And Mercury, communication planet, sextiles Pisces in Chiron. So here we have a lot of our past pain. So it's our last visitation to our past pain and vocalizing it so that we can release it, so that we can now move on with our lives. But also fire season is somewhat over during this time. So we've had a lot of fiery energy for the past couple of weeks, and this is kind of like really the halt of it. And basically what we need to do is focus our energy in the earth sign in order to transcend and to sort out our practical thinking and practical things and what we need to do in order to move forward. And that's our Wednesday. Thursday, dun, 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 January 24th. Moon is still in Virgo. Squares Jupiter though, which is and it also squares Venus in Sagittarius. And now our emotions are getting messed up a little bit. Not too big. It's not too big of a deal. But the moon in Virgo trines the Pluto in Capricorn, so we will get over it. We will actually come and be the phoenix and rise from the ashes. It's just literally we're going to be in our emotions on Thursday, so you have to really watch out for people, fire starters, people that just love to talk behind people's backs. So be careful of the words that you say and be mindful that there are going to be basically landmines everywhere vocally. And also the moon opposes Chiron and Pisces, so it's a good time to essentially go within yourself, heal your past pain, but you can also somewhat start and restart what you did on Monday and Tuesday. So it's really kind of like an uplifting moment again, like I said, with that Plutonian energy coming from the ashes. All right, then on Friday, January 25th, the moon is in Libra. Stabilization. It is basically finding the balance again. Focus on others, making decisions. So we have been all me. Now we have to be like, okay, we have to let people in now, right? So that is Friday. Mars in Aries trines Jupiter, the luck planet. So the masculine energy in that sign that's popping off in our lucky planet, which is also still in a fire sign, is basically saying that you have to find the gold beyond what you have now. It's almost like there's no limits. It's almost like breaking our expectation. It's like we created those limits, then we broke them, then we expanded them again, and now we're breaking them another time to say, no, we can even do better. We need to move on and do better. All right. Also, the moon trines Mercury, which is our communication planet, in Aquarius, which is the humanitarian sign, excuse me. And essentially, we're going to be able to speak with others. We're going to be able to communicate our wants and desires. We're going to be able to communicate our literal desires. I almost see like mitigating. I don't know why. I feel like we are going to mediate our own goal. It's almost like someone wants something, but another person has. And, you know, instead of fighting over it, they end up just sharing it. It's almost coming to an agreement with someone. And this is really great. It will be a great day for anyone that's doing any legal action or anything like that. That would be a great day to do all that type of stuff on Friday. And then the moon squares Saturn in Capricorn. So it's basically like, hey, let's throw the paperwork out the window and let's go have a good time. So, especially with Aquarius there and Mercury. So, and also, I wasn't able to say this. I'm so sorry. This is going to be Aquarius season, so happy birthday to my Aquariuses! Oh my god! Right? Happy birthday! A couple days back. Time is fluid. I mean, no, time is an illusion and energy is fluid. Sorry. Alright. So essentially, yeah, it's a time on Friday to go socialize. Like, hey, this paperwork sucks, so let's just go, hang out. Grab a pint or something, you know? And it's a time not to be structured, essentially. So on Saturday, January 26th, the moon is still in Libra. It squares Pluto and Capricorn, right? So our emotions are somewhat against structure and opposes Mars in Aries and opposes Uranus in Aries. So there's a lot, right? But it has a good relationship with the lucky planet in Venus and Sagittarius. So essentially what it's saying is that the moon wants us to help and accept others and to basically team up with people, if you will. It's like it has some friction with structure. So what it wants to do is actually communicate with others and really kind of vibe well with love and attraction during that time. And essentially, you have to put your pride aside and accept help from others. It's also a great day for partnerships and to continue. So essentially, that work that you were doing on Monday and Tuesday and revisited just a couple of days past, essentially, you want to revisit it again, but you don't want to revisit it alone. It's like you did all of that work by yourself to basically create a solid foundation, and now you're bringing in the team to say, hey, let's build this stuff right now, right? And then on Sunday, January 27th, the moon is in Scorpio. So basically on Sunday, we're going to be extremely intuitive. We're going to be extremely deep. We're going to be extremely thoughtful. It squares Mercury in Aquarius, so we're not going to be very talkative about it. We're going to be introverted about it. It's also squaring the sun. So it's really not something that we want to bring out into the light. It's something that we're keeping hidden on purpose. We're really analyzing, standing off to the side and analyzing other people as well as ourselves so that we can come to a final conclusion about something or someone. Could be a conclusion about a romantic partnership. It can be a conclusion about work experience. It can be a conclusion about familial life. It can be a conclusion about anything, to be honest. But it is somewhat of a conclusion that you have to make on Sunday. It's basically you're hesitant to help, but if we can, but we can, if we follow our own intuition and our gut feeling and our mind's eye. So we can do that. Essentially, on Sunday, it is kind of like a quality control for your life. So it's literally, you're looking at your life, you're looking at the lives of others, and you're saying and you're asking, are you happy? Does this make you happy? If not, then what can you do to make your life happy? Alright guys, so what I was burning before is Palo Santo. Basically it's to smooth the vibe. Sage clears the vibe. Palo Santo smooths the vibe. So let's pull some cards to see what's happening next week. Ooh, look at that. High Priestess, secrets, illusions, full moon in the background right there too. Ace of Swords, information. Oh my gosh, she's finally letting up her secrets. Freaking finally. Yo. No, the High Priestess, she always keeping her secrets, and she holds them really close and tied to her chest. The only one that does it better is the Hierophant. Really. And even sometimes he opens his box once in a while, you know. But the High Priestess, she's, I don't want to say she's shady, but let me tell you, she's not exactly open. Ooh, 5 of coins. Followed by the 9 of wands and the 4 of cups. Oh, this is tough. But let's see. Let's see. Can we get one final card? Just one. Thank you. Right, one fell out. And of course it fell on the floor. Because my spirit guide is always like, you gotta work for it. Keep me in shape. Oh. But well worth it. Justice. Boom. Yo, whenever I see the Justice card, I'm just like, boom. Balancing those scales, man. Alright, so. Here we have the High Priestess. She is essentially a balance between the earth and spirit realms. She knows everything that happens in both planes, and she knows what is next. That's why she's always so shady about it. She never really kind of tells her secrets. Ever, to be honest. I've asked. So she comes up when there's something to be revealed, and then, of course, here we have the moon in the background, so it is to be revealed during this lunar eclipse. Let me see something. Sorry, hold on.